Dear Burlington community, I am truly honored to have the opportunity to begin serving as your superintendent and to further the goals of the community and of the Board of School Commissioners. My family and I are thrilled to join and be part of the Burlington community, and I am eager to start our work together. This spring, I was fortunate to have many conversations with staff, students, and community members to listen and learn about the district. Through these conversations, it quickly became clear that great schools are first and foremost in the minds of our community. I believe that creating and sustaining an excellent school system which provides a top-notch education for every student is central to a thriving community and to our democracy. These past months have been challenging as we work together to stay safe during COVID-19 and as we confront the systemic racism that plagues our country. Our work moving forward will require that we think differently about school, that we prioritize social and emotional well-being, that we have trusting relationships, and that we have open conversations about racial inequities. In an effort to ensure we build on our strengths strategically, I have framed my early work in the district with a structured 100-day entry plan, starting July 1. This entry plan is developed around my core beliefs for education, which are equity, engagement, and deep learning. I believe our core responsibility is to make sure all of the students we serve are valued and challenged, and that we intentionally build on their strengths and assets. Too often, we lower the bar for students of color and students living in poverty, and this creates further inequities. We have a responsibility to ensure we create learning communities that are conscious of the students we serve. Culturally relevant teaching practices encourage us to embed content that allows students to see themselves in what they study, to follow their interests, to collaborate, to critique, and to think critically. I believe by addressing inequities, we improve outcomes for all of our students, our staff, and for the greater community. I believe families, communities, and schools must work closely together. In order to engage our communities, we must be intentional about building sustaining relationships. Through building these relationships, we also build empathy, compassion, and trust. Trusting relationships allow us to be vulnerable and to be our best as students, families, educators, and partners. I will be intentional about engaging and about having open lines of communication. I believe students, particularly students furthest from opportunity, deserve deep learning experiences that challenge them to think creatively, to collaborate, and to solve complex problems. I believe in empowering educators to learn and grow together so they can foster these environments where all students have access to deep, rigorous learning experiences. I also believe social emotional learning, restorative practices, trauma-informed practices, and healthy eating and living are central to deep learning. My entry plan consists of 3 phases. Phase 1 began and was completed prior to my start. It is focused on engagement, listening, and learning, primarily through one-on-one conversations with staff, teachers, students, and state and local officials. Phase 2 builds on this engagement, listening, and learning through broader encounters with our students, families, staff, and community. It marks the start of my first 100 days as superintendent and encompasses tasks related to deep learning and equity that will set the foundation for a focus on learning environments that promote conceptual and creative thinking, collaboration, and exploration among students. Some of the activities in this phase include launching a race and equity workshop series with administration and school heads, reviewing our special education budget and services to develop a plan to provide excellent and inclusive services to our students, developing a plan to ensure the ongoing implementation of restorative practices in all BSD schools, engaging with families to learn their priorities for the district, and developing a cross-functional work group to safely reopen schools this fall. Phase 3 transitions from the 100-day plan activities and focuses on convening teams to review the data collected during the first 2 phases. This data will be used to begin developing a 5-year district strategic plan in collaboration with the community and Board of School Commissioners that will define our collective goals for the district. Under normal circumstances, this would be an ambitious plan. Given the current moment we find ourselves in with COVID-19 and the health and financial implications of this crisis, we may need to adjust dates as we prioritize student and staff safety. I believe that it is important to be clear and transparent about my plans, but I also believe in community feedback and in collective responsibility. Thank you for your commitment, patience, and flexibility as we work through this plan together. We will continue to push through as our students, parents, staff, and community are depending on us. I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.